How to land your first legal internship, even without top grades. In the competitive world of legal education, securing that first internship represents a critical milestone in a law student's career journey. While academic performance certainly matters, the reality is that numerous pathways exist for students across the grade spectrum to secure valuable legal experience. This is particularly important for students who may not have landed at the top of the class rankings after their first semester or year. The legal profession's emphasis on grades often creates unnecessary anxiety and can obscure the multifaceted approaches available to secure meaningful internship opportunities. Beyond the transcript, a holistic approach to internship applications. Understanding the legal internship landscape. The legal internship market is considerably more diverse than many students initially realize. While large law firms and prestigious federal clerkships often emphasize grades and law review membership, numerous opportunities exist where employers prioritize different qualities. Government agencies, public interest organizations, smaller firms, in-house legal departments, and specialized practice areas frequently value passion, specific skills, and cultural fit alongside or even above academic metrics. For students without top grades, recognizing this diversity creates space to pursue a strategic approach rather than a defeatist one. The key lies in identifying employers and sectors where your specific strengths will be recognized and valued, rather than competing in settings where the evaluation criteria work against you. Timing considerations for maximum effectiveness. Understanding application timelines proves critical for successful internship searches. Large firms and formal summer associate programs typically recruit in the fall for the following summer, with some beginning as early as August for positions starting 9 months later. By contrast, government agencies, smaller firms, and public interest organizations often hire much closer to the internship start date, sometimes just a few months or even weeks in advance. Students without top grades should leverage this timing variability by planning a multi-phase application strategy. This includes applying to grade-selective programs when appropriate, but ensuring robust pursuit of opportunities with later hiring timelines if those initial applications don't yield results. Strategic networking, building relationships that lead to opportunities. Reframing the networking mindset. For many law students, networking evokes images of awkward receptions and transactional interactions. Shifting this perspective represents the first step toward effective relationship building. Rather than approaching networking as a series of requests for employment, successful students view it as developing genuine professional connections and contributing to legal communities they hope to join. This reframing transforms networking from a dreaded obligation into an authentic extension of your professional development. The goal becomes building relationships that may naturally lead to opportunities, rather than immediately extracting employment offers. Leveraging educational connections. Law schools provide natural networking channels that many students underutilize. Faculty members maintain extensive professional networks and often hear about opportunities not widely advertised. Building authentic relationships with professors teaching in your areas of interest creates pathways to introductions and recommendations. Similarly, alumni networks offer particularly valuable connections for internship seekers. Alumni who graduated from your institution often feel an affinity that makes them more likely to consider applications from current students. Many law schools maintain formal alumni mentor programs, but even without these structures, most alumni respond positively to thoughtful outreach from current students. Creating value through professional engagement. Professional associations represent another powerful networking avenue, particularly for students interested in specific practice areas. Bar associations, specialized legal groups, and industry organizations typically welcome student members at reduced rates and offer committee involvement, educational programs, and networking events. The key to maximizing these opportunities lies in approaching them with a service mindset rather than simply seeking employment. Volunteering for committees, offering to help with events, or contributing to publications demonstrates your commitment while allowing others to observe your capabilities directly. This involvement leads naturally to relationships that can yield internship recommendations or opportunities. Digital relationship building. While in-person networking remains valuable, digital platforms offer additional avenues for connection. Professional social media allows you to identify and engage with practitioners in your areas of interest. Following their professional activities, commenting thoughtfully on their shared content, and eventually reaching out with specific questions related to their expertise can initiate meaningful relationships. The effectiveness of digital outreach depends heavily on its quality and specificity. Generic connection requests rarely succeed, while thoughtful engagement engagement with an individual's actual work often receives positive responses. Students should research thoroughly before reaching out and demonstrate genuine interest in the practitioner's work, rather than immediately requesting employment. Application strategies: positioning yourself effectively. Crafting targeted materials. Application materials for students without top grades should emphasize strengths rather than attempting to explain away weaknesses. This means developing targeted resumes and cover letters for each opportunity rather than using generic documents. For each application, identify the specific qualities and experiences most relevant to that particular position and organization. Research thoroughly to understand what the employer values, and tailor your materials to highlight alignment between their needs and your capabilities. This targeted approach demonstrates both genuine interest and strategic thinking. Emphasizing practical skills and experiences. Many employers value practical legal skills alongside or even above academic performance. Highlighting clinical experiences, pro bono work, relevant coursework, and transferable skills from previous employment can distinguish your application from those focusing primarily on grades. For students early in their legal education with limited legal experience, transferable skills from prior work or extracurricular activities often prove particularly valuable. Leadership roles, project management experience, client service backgrounds, and technical knowledge relevant to specific practice areas can demonstrate capabilities that transcend academic metrics. The power of personal narrative. Developing a compelling personal narrative that explains your interest in specific practice areas or organizations creates application strength beyond grades. This narrative should connect your background, values, and goals with the particular opportunity, demonstrating authentic motivation rather than generic interest. This approach proves especially effective for public interest positions, government roles, and specialized practice areas where commitment to the mission or subject matter significantly influences hiring decisions. When employers seek candidates with genuine passion for their work, a well-articulated personal connection can outweigh grade considerations. Expanding opportunity horizons. Embracing geographic flexibility. Geographic flexibility often dramatically expands internship options. While major metropolitan markets attract many applicants, smaller cities and rural areas frequently offer valuable opportunities with less competition. Students willing to relocate temporarily for internships access a wider range of possibilities and often find environments where their full professional profile receives more attention than in highly competitive markets. Creating your own opportunities. When traditional applications don't yield results, creating your own opportunities often proves effective. This might involve proposing projects to organizations that don't have formal internship programs, developing independent research projects supervised by practitioners, or volunteering initially to demonstrate value that leads to paid positions. This entrepreneurial approach requires creativity and persistence, but demonstrates precisely the initiative that many employers value. It also allows you to design experiences directly aligned with your professional interests, rather than adapting to predetermined roles. Conclusion: persistent strategy over perfect credentials. Landing that first legal internship without top grades requires strategic thinking, authentic relationship building, and persistent effort rather than academic perfection. By understanding the diverse internship landscape, building genuine professional connections, crafting targeted applications, and remaining flexible about opportunities, students across the academic spectrum can secure valuable experiences that launch their legal careers. Remember that this first internship represents just one step in a long professional journey. Many successful attorneys began with modest positions that provided the experience and relationships that ultimately led to fulfilling careers. By focusing on substantive skill development and relationship building rather than prestige alone, you establish foundations for long-term professional success, regardless of where you stand in the class rankings.